In the darkness of the terrifying night, Wine bowed her head on the cold floor in front of a guest who was mad. Apparently, one of the maids had messed with his drink accidentally, but put the blame on Wine. Elsa didn't believe her, and now she was there, begging for mercy. The guest was arrogant. He made Wine look up using the tip of his shoe. She looked up at him, from the floor, body trembling with sheer cold and the abuse she faced from Elsa just before appearing there. The man smirked. He was enjoying the sight of a woman bowing before him. That's why you should work better. Such a waste of a good face. He chuckled and stepped on her hand before walking away. Wine winced. It cracked her bones. She was hospitalized before days before because of that. Every day was a hell in that manner. Every night was a prayer to end it all. Her eyes blinked open. Suddenly the cold was gone, replaced by warmth. The trembling had stopped, and the pain, it was as if it never existed. She felt warm fingers caress her cheeks, wiped the tears that left her in her sleep, and then a pair of lips on her forehead. "You're safe," a whisper, warm, affectionate, protective, a declaration. She was met by the most beautiful sight of a man who got her out of the hell and into the heaven in his arms. "Ryan, you're awake." Jungkook hummed as he was laying beside her in the bed. The night lamp was on, providing dim light which filled the room. It had been 3 weeks. He brought her out of the Lady Huang's manor. 3 weeks with him. Jungkook, another bad dream? Wine turned towards him and snuggled in his chest as he wrapped those protective arms around her body. It was not much, but the color had clearly started to return to her face, and her bone like structure started to fill up as well. Wine, just don't go ever anywhere again. No matter the situation, don't leave me. Jungkook, I won't. I've built enough just so nothing can ever separate us again. Flashback. Lady Huang. Mr. John, there must be a misunderstanding. She's just a maid here. We treat all our workers according to Jungkook, so you treat them like dogs. Jungkook, I don't see a single of them in the same condition as hers. Once I get to the bottom of this and find out what you did to her, you are paying for every single cruelty and pain you inflicted on her. Jungkook, I'm taking your love, he said to Wine, who kept herself hidden in his arms. Lady Huang, she's under a contract. She belongs to this estate. Jungkook, she belongs to me. His voice ripped through the air like thunder. Gasps echoed again. Jungkook, she's not your maid. She's not your floor rat. She's my person. He looked down at Wine, brushing a wet strand of hair away from her forehead. Jungkook, and I'm taking her home. Wine. But where is home now? JK, anywhere I am, anywhere you're safe. That's home. And with that, he took off his jacket, wrapped it around her shoulders, lifted her into his arms like she weighed nothing, and turned. Not another glance, not another word. The Joan Empire's king had come to reclaim his queen, and no one dared to stop him. He kept her in his arms for as long as she wanted to stay. Hours, days, for as long as she needed to know that he was finally back. She was finally out of that hell, and nobody could ever dare say a word against her ever again. And a flashback. After Jungkook brought her back, he told her everything, where he was and what he just did to return to her. Then slowly and eventually he took revenge from every single person of that Huang's banner. Those people paid, every single of them, who inflicted even a minor injury on her or hurt her with their words. They paid a price their generations were going to remember. Jungkook left not a single of her oppressor to take another breath in peace. Every name that left Vine's mouth ended up in jail. If they were lucky, their sentences could be just above 25 to 26 years for the abuse, forgery, trafficking, labor exploitation. But that was the thing. They were not lucky. They messed with the wrong man. Mine stayed with Jungkook the whole time. He was patient with her. He treated her wounds, massaged her calloused hands and feet thrice every day, fed her with his own hands, took her to walk in gardens filled with flowers and decorated with fountains. All the while, he dealt with lawsuits against our oppressors and handled his business within and outside the country. Jungkook, wanna go out for a walk? She pulled back to look at time. It was 3 a.m. He probably had work in the morning. He had been like this for weeks, sacrificing his sleep, yet he never once cared about it. He knew now that she was awake, she wouldn't be able to sleep again. Wine nodded and he got up, bringing a warm coat for her and wrapped it around her, slipped warm sleepers in her feet, and got her off the bed. Once they stepped out of the manor into the garden which Wine seemed to love, under the starry night sky, she could already feel herself healing. She held onto his arm as they walked side by side, surrounded by beautiful aroma of the flowers. Wine, Jungkook, I was thinking of adopting a hobby. Jungkook, a hobby? Wine, yes, something to keep me distracted when you are needed at work. JK, you know I'm always there for you. Fine, you are, but I don't like how you're neglecting your health and sleep caught up in between work and me. Ryan, and hobby is good. Might adopt two or three, everything I want you to do. She tried to convince him, and it was quite easy. It's okay. You could try the photography you always love to do. I'll get you a good camera. Ryan, I'll photograph you for free. He chuckled and placed a hand on his heart like a gentleman before bowing slightly. JK, thank you, my lady. I'm honored to hear that. It was weird. As she looked at him shining like a prince under the pale blue light, it felt weird. Out of the abuse and mystery of 5 years, how could her heart was suddenly at peace like this? How could this one person fill her up, whole life with such warmth? Something was definitely wrong. It just couldn't be true. Something was going to go wrong. JK, hey, it's okay. Nothing's wrong. His soft whispers filled her up again as if he heard her every thought. Jungkook took her in his arms and kissed her head. She was healing. She just needed time to shine like the brightest wine she once knew. JK, I love you. He kissed her head. She didn't reply, even if they both knew she reflected the same feelings for him. He never forced. He knew she needed time, and he gave it to her for as long as she wanted to take it. Polished floors gleamed beneath high heels, and gentle orchestral music floated in the air, echoing through the corridors. People wandered through the exhibit halls with glasses of wine in hand, murmuring in awe over the elegant artwork. It's been 3 years. Jungkook saved her. 3 years since Wine adopted photography as her hobby, and which later on became her profession. Now, with her beautiful artwork, she even opened an exhibit hall where people and media was present. A museum, her museum, where Jungkook built her right, where once the Hwang's Manor existed, where she once bled. Now she owned that place like a phoenix who raised from death itself. At the heart of it all stood Wine, draped in a tailored cream pantsuit, her hair swept into a clean knot. She held her clipboard with an easy grace, her lips curled into a polite smiles as she answered questions from journalists. Her voice steady, clear, and magnetic. From the shadowed balcony above the west wing, Jungkook stood behind the one way glass, watching her. He wore black, a timeless, quite contrast to her light, as if, even now, he had chosen to let her shine while he became part of her background. His hands were clasped behind him, the obsidian ring on his finger reflecting a silver of light as he leaned forward slightly. His eyes never left her. He was proud of her. The only time those dark eyes ever shine is when they look at her. Wine, looking for something? Never realized when she sneaked up behind him. JK, yeah, some affection. She chuckled and held his arm. As she stood there and took a whole look at how far she came, her heart filled up with happiness. Wine, it was all possible because of you. JK, no, I just stood back. You turned your pain into something useful and built a whole empire. I'm proud of you for that. She looked up at him only to find pride and love in those eyes for her. Wine, all of you, she said as she closed her eyes and stayed in those arms of a man where nothing in this world could ever bring her any harm.